Hi everyone, we're going to start soon. Just going to let a few of you join us. Right. So hi everyone, and I'm really excited to be running our first ever follow along facial here in the Latte Lounge tonight with Clarins virtual boutique beauty coach specialist Alison Jensen-Goodall. Now, in this event, you're going to learn all about Clarins' new Super Restorative range, and Alison will also be sharing some top tips and tricks and answering your questions on how to instantly brighten, smooth, and replenish the complexion during midlife, menopause, and beyond. Now, if you've got any questions as we go along, please feel free to put them in the comment section below, and I'll try and ask them for you as we go along. Now, before I introduce you to Alison, I also just want to say that it's definitely going to be worth you watching if you can till the end, as we've got an incredible prize tonight for one of you lucky viewers to win, which is 5 products of your choice from the Clarins range that we will be demonstrating tonight. And I'll explain at the end how you can enter. And we've also got a really great offer for you all too. So Alison, welcome.
Thank you. It's lovely to be here.
Oh, I'm really happy to have you here. Now, listen, before I hand over to you, I'm just going to give everyone a quick sort of introduction to you so they know who you are. So in 1995, Alison joined the wonderful world of Clarins, and she's been fortunate enough to follow a career spanning over 26 years in various roles and as a beauty coach specialist working within the Clarins virtual boutique. Now, her area of expertise is skincare and makeup, and she's got a passion for teaching women how to care for their skin with Clarins, combined with offering her lifestyle hints and tips too. So, Alison, before you start with this follow-along facial, would you sort of maybe start telling us a little bit about what happens to the skin during the sort of perimenopause and menopause, midlife sort of time of life?
Yes, I mean, so what happens is obviously in our body, we've got the slowing down of the production of hormones, and this particularly impacts the production of collagen and elastin in the skin. And we probably all know that collagen and elastin, they're hugely important to the supporting of the skin and making the skin look youthful. So as they start slowing down in their production too, what happens is we do get the onset of more deeper wrinkles, fine lines. We can also see a definite slackening in the skin, and the plumpness, that wonderful full texture we have when we're younger. The skin tends to thin a little bit, and you sometimes can see hollows on the cheek areas as well. And another area we need to be mindful of is also the skin is more susceptible to age spots and pigmentation as well. So there's a lot going on in our bodies, but on our face as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And look, obviously everyone knows that, you know, neither of us are doctors, but, and, you know, for every woman will have a different experience with their skin through perimenopause and menopause. And some women will take HRT, others won't, or they can't. But there are still so many things we can do to brighten our complexion and help protect the skin. So I'm going to stop talking and I'm going to hand over to you. And then at the end, we'll talk about the,
Thank you so much, Katie. Well, first of all, I mean, what I'm going to share with you all, just what I'm going to be doing this evening. So I'm going to be talking through a skincare routine that I actually use an awful lot. So it's my normal skincare routine, but I'm adding in some additional products. So I'm turning it into kind of like an at-home facial. And it's a kind of, really, I'd recommend probably to do this at least once a week with your skin, even, you know, sometimes twice. It's really good to take the time to mask and exfoliate as well. But the main thing is we want to start with is a clean skin, because we always say a clean skin's a happy skin. So I've been working today in the virtual boutique, so I need to take off my makeup. So I'm treating this facial as what you will do when you go home in the evening after a day, whether you've been at work or whether you've been just out with your friends. So we're going to start by cleansing. And the first area we always cleanse is our eye area. So I'm using the Clarins, it's the Gentle Eye Makeup Remover Lotion. Now this is the one that's for a lighter eye makeup. We do have one that is for more heavier makeup, but this is the Gentle. And what this will do, it will lift and remove my eye makeup in a very gentle manner, because the eye area is so fragile, and that's why we do recommend using a specific eye cleanser. Now this contains rose extract and cornflower, so it's very comforting to the eyes. So I've soaked 2 cotton pads with the removing lotion, and because my eye area is now getting more fragile because of all the hormonal change in the menopause and the skin's a lot thinner around the eyes, we're going to clean the eyes one at a time so we can support the skin. So we're starting just by supporting above the eye area here, and just by pressing the pad onto the lashes. Now it's such a gentle, lightweight lotion. What this will do is, and you can see I'm just wiggling my fingers a little bit, this is just kind of is melting into the mascara, so it will help break down the mascara and melt the mascara, so you're not pulling or dragging onto the eye area, and then you just basically will just sweep away gently. Now I wear contact lenses and I'm wearing them this evening, so it is suitable for contact lenses as well. So you can see just where I've been holding it, how it lifts the mascara. It's so easy, and the main thing is we're not dragging or pulling the eye area because we don't really want to disturb it. So just again, just a nice little wiggle. And then also, of course, the eyebrow, because I have a little bit in my brows, and then we're going to just take it round and under, just to ensure I've removed all of the excess. There we go, and that's one eye cleansed. So simple. And then we're going on to the other eye. So again, you can do both eyes at once. I mean, quite often by holding two pads, but I do find that if I take a little bit more time, I'm more gentle with the eyes, and they are so much thinner. The skin around the eye area is about 4 to 5 times thinner than the rest of our face. So we do really need to think about how we are supporting the skin and just pulling. So now sometimes people say to me in the boutique, I don't wear eye makeup, do I need to cleanse my eyes? Well, technically I would recommend you use the gentle eye makeup remover lotion, particularly just morning and evening, because our eyelashes are great traps for pollen. And especially this time of the year where we've got the hay fever season, what happens is little dust, pollen's like a dust particle, and it does get trapped in your lashes. So if you do suffer from hay fever, it's really always good to cleanse your eyes before you apply your eye products, because you want to wipe the pollen away, and also any pollution or debris that sits onto our eyes. Again, during the day, and even when we sleep at night, there's dust particles, it will just remove them as well. So that is so quick and easy to cleanse your eyes, but really a nice way to do it by supporting this little fragile area. Now, as I said, a clean skin's a happy skin, so we're going to double cleanse. So the first cleanser I'm using is a cleanser I particularly love, and I feel it's really good for mature skin, and it's the Total Cleansing Oil. So I don't know if anyone's used a cleansing oil before, but what I love about a cleansing oil, it's really good at melting and taking away your makeup. So this one comes really easy to use with a pump, which we all love a pump. And I'm just taking 2 pumps into my hand, and I'm just warming the product. We'll always warm our products before applying them to the skin because they are so much more beneficial and effective that way. And so we're going to apply the product using this pressing movements, just like this to start with, and the neck area too. And then in Clarins, we have a cleansing method, and it's called the suction cleanse. And this is where I want you to think your skin is like a hot potato, or a really hot, and when you put your hand on it, you lift it away. So it's almost like a cupping, but lifting away. So by doing this cleansing, what you're doing, you're drawing the impurities and the makeup and the pollution into the cleanser, not scratching it across the surface of the skin. Because it's so we're going to go across with our suction cleanse. So we're going to be just, sometimes you can actually hear it because it kind of creates a little vacuum. And I tend to give a little bit extra around the nose area, because even though our skin gets drier as we get older, we do get congestion around these areas. And then the chin area, and then the neck. And then you can go in again if you wanted to do a little bit more, but I feel that's really good. Now you can remove this. If you like to wash your face with water, you can apply water to this, because what it does, if I can show you on the camera, it will kind of emulsify with the water. But I prefer to move it with damp mitts because it's quick, it's easy, and it's really effective. And it just lifts everything away in one go. So I've got some damper mitts pre-prepared. If you don't have damper mitts, you can use damp cotton wool pads, which are very good as well. Or you could just rinse off. If you're in the shower, you could just rinse off. But I feel that I get squeaky clean with the mitts. So you're just lifting outwards. And then just taking to the neck area. And I always take round to the back of the neck area. I'm just turning the pads around. And again, sweeping outwards. And then around. So that is my first cleanse, and you can already see my skin is looking a lot cleaner. I mean, I was wearing a lighter makeup, but it still was a proper foundation. So we're going to now do a second cleanse, because this gives you what I call that squeaky cleanse. And I've decided this evening to use a foaming cleanser, so a wash-off cleanser, because I know that wash-off cleansers are so popular, and there's a lot of people that ask the question, can I use a wash-off cleanser if my skin is dry or I've got mature skin? Yes, you can, because we have one that's the Soothing Gentle Cleanser, which is for dry or sensitive skin. And this is a wonderful creamy wash-off cleanser. So the way we will use that is now it does contain, there we go. It contains organic chamomile, so it's very soothing and conditioning. And also we have our alpine complex, which basically comes from the Alps, where we have our own farm of 200,000 acres, where we're growing our own ingredients. So we have sorry, I've just lost my thread. We have the lemon balm, and we also have the gentian as well. So what that's the golden gentian, what that's going to do is help to balance the skin and keep it balanced during our cleansing. So I've just now foamed this in my hands. If you were at home, you could just foam it and then put it on. So I'm going to put it on the skin in exactly the same way, and then the neck area. And it's really, 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 really comforting. Chamomile is, as probably most people know, is a very soothing cleanser for the skin. So let's now go in with our suction cleanse again, just to ensure we're removing all of the pollution and debris that's been onto the skin during the day. I mean, I'm in London and I went out for a walk at lunchtime, which is just enough to find all the pollution you can. But also pollution is actually a well-known cause of premature aging on the skin. So it's really key that we remove that. So that is now all cleansed. So what I'm going to do now, again, remove that with the mitts. So now, if you were at home, I was at home, I would just wash this off in my shower. It's my favorite morning cleanser because it's easy to use in the morning. And I think we need skincare programs that can be easy, and they work with us too. So this is very easy and just takes it away. Now, there are 3 cleansers in the foaming cleanser range. We do have one for an oily skin type, and we do have one for normal to dry skin. So that's called the hydrating foaming cleanser. So there are different skin types that you can choose between. But I love the comforting one because I do find that when I'm in London a lot, I feel like it's much more soothing for me. There we go. So I think I'm getting the colour back into my cheeks already. So that is the cleanser. So I have double cleansed. And then, as I mentioned, we're going to do a treat for our skin. So it's like an exfoliation treatment, which we would do an exfoliation once to twice a week. Now, what does exfoliating do? Exfoliating removes the dead skin cells that sit on the surface of our skin. Now, we all have them because as our skin grows outwards, they kind of go dry and then they flake and they float away. However, sometimes when we find our skin's getting dry, we can feel them on the surface of the skin. And what happens is it doesn't feel so smooth, it doesn't feel so soft. And then what happens is your products don't absorb so well into the skin. So therefore we do an exfoliation which will help remove the dead skin cells and brighten our complexion. So I'm using the Comfort Scrub today because the Comfort Scrub is really soothing, it's really comforting, and it's a wonderful exfoliant that really leaves the skin looking radiant and soothed afterwards. Because we obviously, with the hormonal changes, sometimes our skin can have a tendency to redness, and also it's a little bit more fragile perhaps than it has been previously in our life. So now you do need to apply to a damp skin. So whilst I've been talking to you, my skin has just dried. So you can either apply some toner, or I'm just going to apply a little bit of water to my skin, just because we want a slightly damp skin to apply our lovely product. And now I'm going to show you how much I'm putting on my hand here, because you do not need much. And it's a lovely, almost like a rich honey-like texture. And it has small micro crystals. So they're smaller than the normal exfoliators, but they come from beetroot. So it's a lovely natural sort of extract. So just warming it in my hands, and we're just pressing onto the skin and then down to your neck area. Now, I have a t-shirt on with a v-neck. At home, I would take it from shoulder to shoulder across my décolleté. This whole area, our skin is so thin, and it's an area that works really hard. I'll say this a lot with the neck and the décolleté area, because we're talking, we're moving our head, so we're constantly moving, pulling this area, so we want to treat it really well. So normally I will take my exfoliator across my chest as well. So we're going to start by doing just very lovely small circular movements, and I want you to think about gliding the little exfoliant across the skin. We don't want to be scratching or rubbing it, it's just gliding it. It's almost like you're on roller skates with your fingers, but flat, going across the skin. And just lovely small circular movements, especially around the areas here where we can get congestion, because that will help to remove those dry skin that sort of tends to sit there. And dry skin also makes our skin look a little bit sallow and dull sometimes. So again, it's really lovely. Now, this exfoliator you can use on the lips. So it's a really good thing to do, because quite often we don't think about exfoliating our lip area, and then taking it down to your neck and your décolleté. And this area again really benefits from exfoliation, because it can be, you know, we do get sort of very dry in the neck area, and lifting it. And then if I have any left over, which you always have a little bit on your hands, massage it onto your hands, because our hands, you know, they also work hard and they show the signs of aging. And how often do we give our hands a little scrub? There's hardly anything left on my hands, but it's just so lovely just to give them a little scrub as well. So I'm just going to rinse my hands and give them a little refresh. Now, this scrub, it takes about 2 minutes, doesn't take long, but you can see it's just worked, and it's still creamy, it doesn't set or anything like that. And the way we remove this, there's 3 methods. You can wash off in the shower if you are in the bath or the shower. You can remove with dampened cotton wool pads, or as you probably got to know me in the last 10 minutes, I like a mitt. So I'm going to be using the damp mitts, just because they work so well in your hands and it helps to lift and remove all of the exfoliator. So we're just sweeping out. So there are 3 exfoliators in this range. We also have one for a oily combination skin and one for a dehydrated skin. That's the Hydra scrub. So there's one for every type. And then if you're not sure of which will be the best one to use, you can always come through to us here at the Clarins Virtual Boutique. We have a live consultation line. So it's actually video consultation we do. So it's a little bit like talking to your beauty consultant, but on your computer rather than in the store. So we have all the testers, as you can see behind me. It's just like a little boutique.
And I've just had a question, sorry to interrupt you, Alison. One of our members says that she's got quite sensitive skin and she can be quite allergic to certain products. Is this range that you're using so far okay for sensitive skin?
Yeah, I would say this is probably one of the gentlest of our exfoliators. But there are, I mean, as regarding to allergies, there are people can be allergic to different ingredients and different products. So that is the case. I mean, I would also recommend if you when you do purchase Clarins products, you do get the opportunity to choose 3 free samples. So if there's ever a product you're trying that's new for the first time and you want to try it, it's a good opportunity to try them in a sample first. All the testers are also in store at all times, so anyone can go in and try as well. But I know I understand that, because it's very difficult with sensitive skin, because you have to find what works for your skin. So good question. Yes, no. So now my skin, do you know what I'm doing? I'm just checking for the beads, because I might like to make sure that I've got everything removed, because there's nothing more irritating when you go to put your moisturizer on and you can find one. So having exfoliated, the skin's obviously feeling a lot softer. And sometimes people say to me, how often should I exfoliate? And I always say, that feeling you get when you've last exfoliated, if it's not feeling like that, then it's time, because it just builds up. So what I wanted to use next is the comfort mask, which is going to help comfort my skin. So this is, I don't know if you can see with the light shining on it, this is the SOS comfort mask. So this is a mask that's it's got the mango butter and also the mango oil. So it's going to be very calming and very soothing, but it's also very nourishing and replenishing for the skin. So with this mask, I usually take around about, it's quite, I would say a hazelnut, if that makes sense. So a hazelnut size amount. And again, we're just warming this product into the skin. And I'm just pressing into the skin. Now, depending how my skin is feeling, I might apply more sometimes. So I can see on my neck area, it needs a little bit more. I'm just taking it like pea size amount a bit more. And this is going to help to just nourish and hydrate, as well as calm and soothe the skin. So that is just how to apply it. Now, we normally will leave this obviously on for 10 minutes, so it doesn't take long. It's the kind of thing you can put on. We have got a customer that puts her mask on and walks her dog, because it literally just disappears in. I mean, it's the kind of mask that it doesn't go stiff, it's very comfortable, and it really will help just to put back probably what I've taken out of my skin during the week, you know, or at the end of the, you know, a few days. It just puts it all back in again. And it really, we have one for we also have one that's hydrating if you have dehydrated skin. So dehydrated skin is where there's moisture loss, so that is the Hydra one. And we also have one for a oily skin, which is a pure mask, which will have clay, and that will help, especially on sometimes I'm still finding that some ladies during menopause find their skin can be quite oily in the T-zone area. And when the T-zone is oily, you know, the best thing to do is to treat the two areas separately. We call it multi-masking as opposed to multitasking. So basically use the pure mask in the T-zone area, and then it will help to absorb the excess oil in those areas. And then obviously you can use the Hydra or the Comfort mask on the cheek area. So it does work really well. I mean, that means having two, but they both will last probably twice as long, because you're using them in different areas and you're getting the right benefits. So that's the problem with combination skin. We have to treat it a little bit more separately.
And we've got a question from a lady who's just joined a little bit late, yes. Asking how often you would recommend doing the mask.
Yes, so I would reckon once to twice a week. I tend to try and have it in my life. I have a routine. I tend to try and do it on a Sunday, because it's like at the end of one week and the start of a new. And then if I feel my skin, I've had, you know, sometimes you know your skin and it's not feeling perfect, but I give it a little boost in the week with another mask or an exfoliation in the week. So I would say sort of between every, say, 4 to 7 days, but no more than that. We do have, sometimes people can over exfoliate and over mask, and what happens then is, because you're removing all the dead skin cells, your skin starts to try and produce a lot more, and you can overactivate the skin sometimes. So it's trying to find that balance. But I would say once to twice a week. So some weeks if you do it once, and then sometimes you might feel, no, I need to do another little one now. Perfect. So let's remove the mask, and then we're going to go in with our skincare program. So the mask, as I said, and the exfoliator are our midweek or our once to twice a week skin boosters to give us that lovely radiance back. And just the damp mitts are so easy just to lift away. And I always make sure I just get right down the back, and it's all gone. And my skin doesn't feel tight. It feels really lovely and soft. I think it actually really needed it, if I'm honest. I could feel that the exfoliant was doing a really good job, and now I can feel with the mask, it feels quite happy, my skin now. So once we've masked, whenever you use a cleansing routine, we will always use a toning lotion afterwards. The reason we tone the skin is that we want to balance the skin. The skin has a natural balance. We have good and bad bacteria in our skin. That's totally normal and totally natural. When we're cleansing, obviously we're removing, we're cleaning. So what we need to do, rebalance the skin. And sometimes some companies, they say, oh, you're balancing the natural pH of the skin. What we are doing is we're restoring the skin's natural hydrolytic film and balance. So what we're going to do is tone with the soothing toning lotion. Again, this is the one that's a gentle one for a soothing effect, and there's no alcohol in any of the Clarins toners. This one has a more of a gentle texture. It's a more of a little slightly gel-like texture. I'm just going to try and show you on my hand a little bit. So you can see that on my hand. You can actually work with it. It doesn't run off the hand. So it has a little gel-like texture, and it contains the lovely chamomile. So it's very, very comforting and soothing to the skin. So this will go with 2 cotton pads, and we just want to give them a nice dosing of the toning. This is the soothing toning lotion. There's also one for combination to dry skin, and there's normal to dry skin, and one for combination oily. But I'm using the soothing because that's what my skin feels like today. So And again, lovely light sweeping movements. We're going out with the toner. Now, we can just glide over the skin nice and gently, and then down onto the neck area, and then taking it round just to make sure. I'm just going to turn the pads over again, just to ensure I've used all of my toning lotion. And then round, and then round. So now we've toned the skin is slightly damp and wet. If you leave the skin damp and wet, what can happen? It can dehydrate, so we don't want that to happen. So we always recommend in Clarins is once you've toned the skin to blot the skin dry, and you'll find that sometimes if you use a toner, you get the feeling of tightness in the skin after you've toned. This will eradicate that. You won't feel that at all. And that's because the warmth of our skin will cause the water ingredients to evaporate, and you're left with a concentration of the ingredients on the skin. So basically, just by doing that, my skin doesn't feel, I don't feel any tightness, and it just feels ready for the routine. So that is the skin cleansed and toned. And now we're going to go in with our treatment products. And the first product I'm sharing with you is a new product that has just been launched in the new Super Restorative skincare range, and it's the smoothing treatment essence. So this, I don't know if any of you are familiar with treatment essences. They are fairly new, sort of on the market. They haven't been used for as many years like cleansers and toners. And what a treatment essence does, that is a kind of preparation product. So some people call it like a primer for your skin. What that's going to do, it's going to prepare your skin for the products. So this treatment essence does also contain hibiscus extract. Now, hibiscus acids are a gentle acid which has a gentle refining, exfoliating effect on the skin. So that will help to keep your skin bright and radiant. It also has double-chained hyaluronic acid. So that's like a moisturizer in your skin. And we have our own natural hyaluronic acid in our skin. So that's going to keep the skin hydrated. And we also have red jania and also red ginseng. So it's going to energize the skin. So there's two ways to apply this product. I'm going to show you my preferred way, but the other way you'll understand it very easily. The one way to apply it is just by putting it onto a cotton pad and sweeping it across your skin. That's all you need to do. The other way is to give the skin a little bit of a stimulation, massage and boost. So I'm taking around about about 5 pence piece into my hands, just enough to cover both of my hands with the treatment essence. I'm pressing it into the skin, and I'm going to show you a movement that's very commonly used by beauty therapists in facials. It's called tapotement, and it's a very stimulating movement to help stimulate the blood circulation in the skin. So that will help everything in the functioning of the skin if we can help that. So it's just basically thinking of your skin as using your fingers like they're on a keyboard or on a piano, and just tapping movements just like this. And this tapping movement, it actually taps the product into the skin. It's a really just very little pick-me-up movement for the skin, and it's very easy to do. And it doesn't take long, and I just take a little bit onto my neck area. And that kind of just taps the product into the skin and also helps with the microcirculation. It kind of gives a little bit of a healthy glow, but without being too much. And then you can feel once you've applied the treatment essence, and I know you've tried this, Katie, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, with the treatment, you feel that your skin is now ready for its treatment products.
Yeah, I absolutely love it. I have tried it, and I think I never used to use that before under moisturizers and stuff. So yeah, it's new to me.
Yes, yeah, I mean it is to lots of people, and I think that once you start using them, you don't want to give them up. So the next product we go in with is always, now we want to start treating our skin, and the area we always start with is the eye contour area, and that is because the skin around our eyes, it is so fragile and it's so much more thinner. We want the eye product to treat that first, so we don't want to be putting other serums and other products on first, because we want to treat the eye there first. So we're using the Total Eye Lift. This product is a fabulous product. It's kind of multifunctional because it will help to depuff with the horse chestnut essence. It's also got shea butter, so it's really calming and very soothing. It has dipanthenol, which will strengthen our eyelashes. So it's, as a product, it's and it has cassie flower wax as well. So it's a really uplifting, and it's just really good if you have a heavier lid area, because it does give sort of help a little lift to the eyes. The way to apply this product is you're going to take the pump, so it will make sure you don't take too much. It's just one pump. that will come, and warming it. Now I'm using, you can use 2 or 3 fingers or 1 finger, but use the third or the 4th fingers, just warming the product first, bringing it to skin temperature. And we're going to apply it with a slightly draining movement to help. Sometimes we can get puffiness around our eye contour area. So by working outwards, it actually works in line with the lymphatic drainage. So this is what therapists would do in a massage as well. So we're just going to apply light pressures, applying, going outwards, and then under the brow bone, but just over the lid area, and going outwards. And then in this here, because of the lovely frown lines that come when we frown. So again, I'm just going to make sure it's all applied in. So I'm just going once more with frown movements. And this is, think of your fingers like little cushions. It just presses the product in, and there's no dragging, there's no pulling of the eye contour area at all. And remember, I did mention about our lashes. So I'm just going to take the last little bit onto my lashes, just smoothing it down there. And that's the dipanthenol to help our lashes. So that's your total eye lift. You can use this morning and evening. Some people use it in the morning, and in the evening, and they use double serum eye in the morning. But I love this morning and evening. It's totally your own preferences, but do come through to us, and we can always help guide you if you would like some help finding the perfect eye treatment.
That is a really, sorry to interrupt you again, but I never knew what you were meant to do with eye cream. I always sort of go like that.
Oh, fabulous.
So I've learned something tonight. Yeah, thank you.
And you know what, it feels really lovely, and less is more. I think sometimes people apply too much eye product, so that 1 pump, because I think you've got this, have you tried?
I have actually, I've got it here.
Yeah,
I wanted to ask you how to use it, so you've done it for me. Yeah. But I didn't realize that, you know, you could also put it on your eyebrows and your lashes, and you know, I wasn't sure where to put it. I just sort of do that.
And your eyelashes, so under the eye, underneath, you'll find you're following like the orbital bone, and then you go under the orbital bone up above here. Some people actually apply it above the brow area, and then this bit here, just the frown lines in there. But no, it's a really, really lovely eye treatment. So we've treated the eyes, and I'll be thinking of you putting that on this evening now, Katie. Now we have the remodeling serum for the face. So I don't know if anyone's used a serum before or uses a serum. What is a serum? A serum is a product that contains a much more higher concentration of plant ingredients that are going to treat a specific concern. And the remodeling serum is the serum that's designed to help with the plumpness of the skin and to help to firm the skin as well. So we have got the organic Carangana extract, which is one of the key ingredients in the Super Restorative range, which is proven to be as good as a retinol. We've also got the Montpellier Rock Rose. Now, Montpellier Rock Rose, that's going to have that gentle exfoliating effect. So it's going to really help to keep the skin bright and radiant. So this serum is really like an intensive treatment. And we're going to always apply a serum before your day or your night cream. So going to take it's really simple, a pump again. Now, I take 1.5 pumps because I'm going to put some on my neck as well. So you just warm this. And because it's a light texture, you just press into the skin again, and it melts into your skin, and it will help provide an excellent base now for our moisturizing range. I've taken it onto my neck and my décolleté area too. Here we go. So that is the remodeling serum. And a serum really does give a super boost to your program. So we're going to now talk about the new day and night creams. We've got 3 new day creams in the Super Restorative skincare range and 2 new night creams. I'm going to be applying a night cream today because I like taking my makeup off after work kind of thing. So I feel that's what fits well with the demonstration. So I'm going to tell you first of all about the day creams. So we have 3 day creams in the Super Restorative skincare range. Let me just show you. We have 2 for all skin types. One of them has an SPF 15 and the other one comes without the SPF. And we have 1 for very dry skin. I'm going to show you because they have this most glorious creamy texture. It's like a kind of a light vanilla tone, and they contain the organic Carangana extract, but also a new ingredient which targets skin slackening, and that is the organic gorse extract. So this is in the day cream range, and it really is going to help to moisturize the skin throughout the day. It has the anti-pollution elements such as protecting the skin against blue light pollution, internal pollution aggressions, which are all around us, but also external pollution aggressions, because that is also aging to the skin. So you have that in all of the moisturizers. And I'm thinking, if any of you are regular Clarins users, you might be aware of the Rose Radiance cream, which is another super restorative day cream. We still have this day cream, and this is the one if you have a skin that's a little bit lackluster, or you feel it's a little bit sallow. The Rose Radiance has a little pinky hue, and what that will do, that will give your skin a little bit of an instant radiance, hence the name Rose Radiance. And this contains hibiscus acid extracts again, so it gently helps against the gentle refining effect in particular, which if you are susceptible to dark spots and pigmentation. So they are we have the 3 day creams, and obviously the Rose Radiance day cream, and then we have the night creams. Now, the difference between a day and a night cream, because we do get asked an awful lot, is can I use my day cream at night, or can I use my night cream at day? Yes, you can, of course you can.
My mum's watching this, and
yes.
she asked me that. I said, do you want to try this night cream? And she said, well, can I use it in the day? And I said, well, I don't know. So
great.
And this is for you, Mum.
No, well, this is especially for your mum then. So with a night, in the evening, when we go to bed and we go to sleep, this is the time our skin can repair itself, it can restore itself, it replenishes, and basically this is where all the hard work gets done. So at night we use a more richer textured cream because it's going to repair and replenish the skin. However, in the daytime we need a day cream that's going to protect against the internal and external elements. If you think about it, our skin throughout the year goes through a variety of temperatures. In the winter, we're in the cold outside, we're in the warm inside, and then in the summer, we've got the cool inside because of the air conditioning and the warm outside. So our skin has to adapt and change an awful lot, and therefore you have the anti-pollution complexes, and you also have a great base for it because it's designed so you can put a foundation over the top. Whereas at night, while we're sleeping, that's when our skin gets to work, and we want to wake up with a restored and radiant skin. The new Super Restorative night cream contains an ingredient that's called organic service tree blood extract, and that is there to help ensure that the skin is radiant and revived and replenished on awakening. And the texture, I'm going to just show you, is again, you can see it's that lovely texture, but it's slightly richer. So I'm going to demonstrate that texture for you. I'm just going to show you a little bit of that texture on my hand. So, because it's really, so this is the texture. Can you see that's a lot more creamy? It's really delightfully creamy. And actually, I forgot to share something with you in the day creams, just taking you back to the day creams. We have line filling pearls in the day creams, and you can actually feel the difference. Because I've been using Super Restorative for many years, I've kind of grown up through all different ranges. And when we changed Super Restorative, I was so curious to try the new range when it came out. And the texture, I could feel immediately. So there's something in there that was just like more smoothing and soothing. And it's these line, I'm sure it's the line filling pearls, but it's really lovely. And that's now going in on my hand. But you can see how much a little goes of the night treatment. And this again is because it's going to treat the skin.
Well, what's the line filling pearls? What
they just will help to smooth on the surface of the skin. I think they're made of a like a hyaluronic acid, like a water base, so it's hydrating as well. Yeah, but really, really, really a treat for the skin. So let's just take.
I'm just going to read a message. Tracy says, love the day and night cream. I'm definitely going to try the exfoliator. Great demonstration. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Tracy. I'm loving it. I can feel the warmth in the room. I feel like it's like a little girls' night in, isn't it?
I know. I wish it was a sort of it was sort of 4D where you could smell the product, because the creams have a really lovely smell.
I can describe the creams of the textures for the night cream for you. The night the night cream and the day cream, they have a floral, slightly fruity fragrance with a woody vanilla undertone. So they are very comforting, I think is the way I'll describe it. I think they feel very refreshing to start with and comforting. So I warmed the night cream, and I'm applying with just and I like to think of it, you're cocooning your skin in your hands when you apply it. And again, we're just pressing it into the skin. And sometimes someone said to me, doesn't it all absorb into the palms of your hands? we don't really have pores in our hand, in our pores, so that is a good thing. But no, it doesn't. It just goes onto the skin, and because we've warmed it, think of a glass of water. If you put an ice cube in, it just bounces around and floats. So when we put a cold cream on a warm face, it kind of floats a little bit. So by warming it, it does soak in a lot quicker, especially if you're thinking of putting on a makeup. So that's all. I feel that's all gone in really well. And I can feel and see. I don't know if you can see my skin now from before. It was a little bit red as well, but that seems to have calmed down.
You're definitely glowing through the the screen. I'm jealous.
I am quite warm as well at the moment, I have to confess. That does happen sometimes. Oh, so we've applied the night cream, but there's an area that I'm so passionate about we never should forget. And I think when I spoke earlier, the neck area, I've included in everything. And in Clarins, we have a product called the neck and the décolleté. For the Super Restorative Neck and Décolleté Cream. Now, this product is specifically designed to treat this area here and then out here from shoulder to shoulder. And this contains organic Carangana extract and also Montpellier rock rose, but it also contains oat sugars, and oat sugars have a lifting and firming to the skin. So I'm going to just show you, now this does come in a really generous tube. It's a 75 milliliter product. I'm just going to show you, it's a different texture. That's what I want to show you, because a neck cream is an area where we get dressed and put our clothes on. So we want it to absorb in. So it's a little lighter texture, but it's a really lovely product for the neck and the décolleté area. There we go. So how to apply is really simple. I'm obviously not going to be able to do all the way across for demonstration purposes, but I'm going to just show you. I take sort of around about a pea size amount, and you just warm in your hands. And it glides. It's so lovely. It kind of emulsifies this product, and then you just apply. Now take it right round the side of the neck as well, and then just again I'm pressing into the neck area. We want to make sure we go under here as well, and then generally then I just go pressing outwards around, and I like to finish with a little press in my shoulders there, just to give a little finish to the movement. And that is me like ready for winding down on the sofa and having a nice evening, you know, at the end of a day, or if I was going to cook dinner. I mean, quite often I like to take my makeup off when I get home, but that is the full routine.
I mean that, listen, I've really enjoyed that, and I've actually learned quite a bit as well, and you're absolutely glowing, and I'm going to obviously go away and have a go myself later. But someone has just messaged me saying that for a very busy mum, she's very busy, she's got lots of children, she's rushing off to work, you know, do you have any sort of top tips that if you don't have time, you know, or perhaps you can't afford to buy all of these products, if there were just a few of your, you know, maybe your sort of top tips and top favorite things if we did nothing else, what would you recommend?
Definitely. So first of all, always make sure you clean your skin. Have a good cleansing routine, because you want to have a clean skin to get the product benefit. So make sure you clean your skin. I definitely would say to use a good day and night cream, because they are your treatment products for your skin. And if you can, definitely use a specific a product for the eye area, because the eye area is so fragile and it is an area that we do need to protect. With the obviously the things like the treatment essences, these are sort of more of a preparation product. Those ones, you know, I wouldn't say was a priority as much as the day, the night, the eye cream, and using a good cleanser and toner. And then if you can just exfoliate occasionally, or you know, use an exfoliant. I mean, definitely just occasionally, just so you get the benefit of all your product. Another tip is, if you're a busy mum, is make it fit in, because I know that, I mean, I know I'm not busy in the morning with children, but I have to rush to get into London on time and things like that. So I keep some of my products I use in the shower, because I know when I get in the shower, my foaming cleanser is there, it's on and it's off. I don't have to get out and go and get it. It doesn't delay me. And some people have more time in the evening, and then that's when you can spend the time. And if you have to have it quick in the morning, then a quick face wash and a tone, then you're ready to go.
Actually, I was very fortunate to meet lovely Lucy, who's one of your team, when I came to record a podcast with Clarins, and she gave me a really good tip, which, because I always say, I always forget to exfoliate, and she said, look, as long as you're using warm water and not hot water, stick it in the shower, because I was saying, well, I wash my hair sort of every other day, or or three times a week. And then she says, when you're washing your hair, just sort of have warm water or cool water, exfoliate. So now that's my top tip for you guys, that it's sort of, by having it in the shower, it's almost like, it's become part of my routine. And another, tip of yours, I like the idea of using Sunday evening. I know we're all kind of winding down and also preparing for the week ahead. So we talk a lot in the Latte Lounge about self-care not being selfish. And I just think we're all so busy and we're juggling so many things. Let's just do one. If we can just do one nice thing for ourselves, even if it means, we're at home, why not make this your thing?
I think we do have to give back a little bit, because I know, especially when I started going through my menopause, it was kind of like everything was happening all at once, and I just needed sometimes a bit of me time. And I did start doing my yoga and Pilates again and things like that, just because I needed it, and it made me feel better. And I do think that with our skin as well, because we've worked hard all our lives and we've looked after ourselves, and all of a sudden we're not in control of what's happening. and so this is an area where I could put back a little bit of control, I suppose, but also it made me feel a bit better too. And I don't think it doesn't need to be a complicated routine and program. And please, for anyone that's watching this evening or later on, we at the Virtual Boutique, we have if you go onto the Clarins website, you can book an appointment, so you can get your own personal one-to-one appointment with us. Or if you say you're browsing and you're looking at products, you'll see a little chat now button that pops up at the bottom of the screen. When you click on that, there's two options. One will take you to customer services. That's if you've got a problem with an order or something like that. Or one will be to have a consultation with myself or one of my 4 colleagues. We're a team of 5 here, and absolutely fabulous Clarins beauty coaches that can help guide you. And we do it all virtually on the screen. And everyone, we kind of tailor the program to how you need it. So some people, like I say, have more time in the morning, some have more in the evening, and then it may be that someone's using another brand at the time, but they want to start using some Clarins. We can kind of find the products to fit in, to introduce it to you. It's not that you have to be using everything that I'm using straight away. That's not the case at all. We can try and work in what are the priority products and the priority concerns, and that for us is the main area where we want to help with. But no, definitely, do come through, and we are here. We have also a menu of appointment themes, so you can choose. There's one that's called Tailor to You, but you can choose from the menu whether you want makeup, or whether you want body, or whether you want like summer tanning. There's a whole lovely menu on the website to pick and choose from as well.
Which I think is great, because we've all got very different, issues. We've got a lot of women who go through menopause who have problems with rosacea, or very, pigmentation, dry skin. And so I think it's just a sort of, these individual consultations are really, really helpful. Now, I wanted to tell everyone, obviously I'm very excited about this part of it, that they've all been sitting very patiently, but you can win 5 out of any of the products that Alison has demonstrated tonight. So the way to enter this brilliant competition is, if you, in the comment section below, between now, the competition closes Sunday at midnight, and I'll announce the winner on Monday morning. If you type in there the 5 products you would like to win, and give us a little reason why you'd like to win it, and then we will obviously pick a winner. And don't worry, because for anyone who doesn't win, we've also got a really amazing offer just for our members, and it's £15 off £70. All you have to do is type the code Latte, capitals LATTE, at checkout, and this offer is going to run from now until the 13th of July, so you've got a couple of weeks still. So that's really, really, really helpful. And if you've got any questions and you can't remember, you either rewatch, or we can list out all the products that Alison has demonstrated tonight. So thank you very, very much, Alison. And obviously, thank you everyone for watching. This has been a really good live. It's been fun because I think before I sign off, we talk about sometimes we all get very down and depressed about all the debilitating symptoms, and people are struggling, whether there's HRT shortages or they can't go on it or don't want to, and they're just hassled. So tonight's felt like a bit of a sort of treat, self-care treat. So I think we've all deserved this.
Well, thank you also for me. I've thoroughly enjoyed being with you, and I can, as I said, I can feel the warmth in the room. You know, it's just been lovely, and just thank you so much, Katie, for giving me the opportunity to share this with you.
Oh, well, thank you. And just for anyone that's interested, before I will let you go, I promise you. It's very rare that I work with many products at all. I'm very careful who I recommend and who I work with, because I want to work with partners who are, you know, evidence-based and experts. And Clarins is something, you know, I don't see myself as an influencer. I don't like that word. I see myself as an educator. And the reason I love Clarins is because my mum's always used it. I've grown up with it, and I've always sort of coveted it and looked at it and tried it and used it myself personally. So it's a brand that I feel very comfortable with, and I know it's an investment, but it is an investment in yourself. And you're going to be seeing over the next sort of few weeks and months, there's various things that we're very fortunate enough to be working with Clarins, from various podcasts and events which I won't ruin the surprise now, but there's lots of things coming up. So I'm really happy to be working with you guys, and obviously our members are very lucky, obviously, because this is an exclusive offer and live. So thank you, Alison. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Have a lovely evening. I feel very relaxed now. I'm going to go have a bath, light a candle.
That's perfect. That's perfect into a long day. Thank you so much, everybody. Have a lovely evening, all of you. Take care now.
Take care. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.